Welcome to Cooking with Shelley and to my Pampered Kitchen. So today it is, what time is it? It's strawberry season. And so I have here some wonderful ingredients and I'm going to share with you one of the things that I do, one of the recipes that I do with it. So today we're going to make some freezer jam, strawberry rhubarb freezer jam. Very, very simple to do. Everybody, anybody can make this, okay? So I just want to tell you that right now, get the strawberries while they are in season. Look at these beauties. I just picked them yesterday and I gotta tell you, they are so delicious, so sweet. So right now, you know, there's so many things happening and this is one thing that you can do for yourself, for your health. Of course, making your own jam is always a treat, no matter what kind it is, but there's several reasons why you want to make your own jam. Number one, you know what's in it, you know the quality of the ingredients that's in it, and number two is that it's a cost saving thing, because right now we could all use with saving some dollars, right? And you are not going to get the same quality as what you make if you go buy it in the store, or if it is a high quality, you're going to pay quite a pretty penny for it. So we could all use with saving some dollars and having some delicious jam that's ready just when you need it, right in your freezer. And of course, with everything that's happening right now, making and preparing our own food is one way that we can be ready for food shortages and all kinds of things that are happening. You don't have to look too far to see all of that, right? Okay, so I've already got some nice rhubarb, fresh rhubarb that I picked out of my garden, and I've cut up 2/3 of a cup here. Now, if you don't have rhubarb or you don't like rhubarb, you can do this with just strawberries as well. Or if you want to do it with just rhubarb, you can do it with just rhubarb as well. Okay, so whatever you choose, I'm going to mix the two. So that is very simple. And so we've got here 2/3 of a cup of rhubarb, and I'm just going to do one and a third cups of strawberries. Just look at these. These are so delicious. When I was picking these, there were families in the field, and it was so lovely to see them all doing this together as a family activity. And I can tell you that the kids were having lots of fun picking them. I enjoyed hearing their conversations. I gotta say though, I was happy when it was quiet, because it's so wonderful and meditative just sitting in a strawberry patch with your own thoughts and enjoying the peace and quiet and listening to the nature all around, the birds and everything, don't you think? So this one thing that I have to say, there was a couple right beside me picking, and when they were finished, the man got up, and they were sitting on the ground picking their berries, and when they got up, the man said, "Wow, this is hard work." So I said, yeah, you can really appreciate when they charge a little more in the stores for your berries, right? And he said, yep, I do now. So if you haven't gone berry picking, strawberry picking, I encourage you to go do that. Give it a try. It's a great activity, and you actually get to appreciate the work that goes in there, right? So the first thing that I've got my strawberries here, we've got our rhubarb, and the only two other ingredients, so this is a 4-ingredient jam, strawberry, rhubarb, some sweetener, and instead of gelatin, we are using chia seeds, okay? So now here I've got my monk fruit sweetener, and you can use regular sugar if you want, but this recipe calls for honey. I'm using monk fruit sweetener, and so in my attachment, my smoothie attachment, I put in my sweetener, and I'm just going to give it, this is the granular, so I'm just going to give it a few pulses to turn it into a powder sweetener. And the reason I'm doing that is because it is much easier to dissolve if it's a powder, and in fact if it's a granular, you're using monk fruit or erythritol, then you are it won't just dissolve, it'll be granular when you're eating it, and by having the powder then it'll be nice and smooth. Okay, so this is not being cooked, it's a freezer jam. So I've got here in my deluxe cooking blender. Now if you have a jam that you do want to cook, you can also do it with this one because it has a jam function, which actually cooks the berries or the fruit for you in the jar. But I'm just going to be mixing it up and just chopping it, and then we'll be putting it straight in the bottle, okay, from there. So we've got our 1 2/3 of a cup of strawberries. We've got 2/3 of a cup of rhubarb. Now, for all intents purposes, if I were doing this without showing it, I would be doubling or tripling the amount to get more out of each function. But to show you the exact recipe, I wanted to do it this way, okay? And then we're going to do, because rhubarb is a little bitter, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener. Normally I shorten on the monk fruit sweetener because I find it's really sweet. It is supposed to be a 1-for-1 exchange with sugar. And then what we do is we're adding 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. So 1, 2, and that's it for ingredients. So pure and simple. And then I'm just going to turn it on for about a minute. And it's going to do its thing. And you can turn it higher or lower. And it literally just takes seconds. That's it. And then I've got my jar here. Now you will see you can also use this as a sauce if you want. You can use it whichever way you like it. And then you just pour it in. And we have our jar of strawberry jam. Let me see how much more I've got in here. So then we just leave them overnight to sit, and it will gel. So I got 1.5 jars of jam, okay, out of 2 cups of fruit. And you just leave it overnight to gel, like so. Very simple. There's no canning, no water, no hot water involved. You put it in the fridge, let it sit overnight, and it will become very thick, like as if you were using a gelatin. And then you can just either use it or put it in the freezer. And that's it. So I'd love to hear what you think. What is your favorite jam recipe? And what you think of this one. And if you make it, please come back and let us know. I'd love to hear. So thanks for being with us. And remember, I'm here to help you make memories, one meal, or in this case, 1 jar of jam at a time. Take care and see you soon. And if you want any of these tools that I've used here today, you can find them on my website at www.pamperedchef.biz/Shelley Gosselin, or just click the link above this video. Thanks, and we'll see you back soon. Take care. Ciao.